if you come from Florida, man, that's kind of like the thing nobody wants to say, but American Top is like, I'll say it for you.
Yes.
You know, this tweet's for everybody here.
Who's gonna mess with the toughest guys in town?
Yeah.
Exactly. What are you gonna go say to an MMA fighter? What's up, chat? How's it going? Welcome back to the Casuals.
Let's go chat.
Just finished an interview with Josh Silveira, MMA fighter, PFL light heavyweight. Great fighter, great guy. You guys have to stay tuned. In this episode, we're going to put that at the end. Sammy and I are now going to discuss a few things that happened in sports recently. Definitely check out the sit down with Josh, man.
Great interview.
Guy.
Great interview. Tanay showed his class, knew everything. Even Josh was surprised, I think. And Tanay was worried about his American accent coming out, but it didn't.
Thank God, man. I get so much hate for that. Yeah.
But if it does, point it out. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, if it does, call me out. It's fine, man. I can take it. Yeah. I'm at work. I speak like this.
But we are live from Riyadh. Not live, but we're shooting.
Yes. We are from Riyadh. It's 12:50 a.m. This is our commitment. Sammy had a full day of media day today. He went for face-offs, spoke to fighters, acted professional as well. Again, if you see his accent come out, shout it out. I did a full day of work with the fighters, with equipment and stuff, operations.
Who else is doing this in the business?
Exactly.
Who else?
And then we're recording an hour-long episode with a professional fighter, and then we'll sit down and give you sports updates. So think about that.
Insane. Yeah. Think about it and think about it hard, and then like and subscribe after that.
Think about the commitment.
Yeah, and then if you want, you can go ahead and buy the merch. Yo, what's up, my peeps? Thank you to UV Ruya, Pickleball Prince.
Only
has collabed with us.
XLs left, so...
Yes, hurry up right now. And then we're coming out with a new color.
Yep, so stay tuned for that as well. Announcement coming soon. Alright, let's get into it. India versus New Zealand was supposed to happen today. Test match, day 1. But Bangalore rains in fucking October.
What the hell, bro? Climate change is real? Or it's just Bangalore?
Only America.
Only America. Yeah. What, only America
has climate change.
Only America. Yeah. Oh, so we are climate change deniers.
Yes. The whole of India is.
No, maybe the BCCI is, because clearly they should have done better planning.
What's the solution, man? Play an NSCI dome?
Exactly. That. I mean, on a serious note, they should maybe build a dome, cricket stadium dome. I know they did it in Australia a few years ago. It didn't go too well. People were like, it's too hot and humid.
Yeah.
So they did it. It didn't really work. I don't know. But maybe if like these games get washed out, they should. You remember that TV show Full Toss?
I remember the name. I can't remember the show exactly.
So they had these amateurs come and play cricket. It was like a 16-yard pitch, and the amateurs were only allowed to bowl chuck bowling under the ear.
Got it.
So the action was like this, and you had 6 runs and then 8 runs. You had a band.
We've talked about this on the pod actually,
So maybe if it rains out, the cricketers have to go in a dome and play this. A small NSCI dome. And then you play a 10-over game.
Fly them from Bangalore to NSCI?
I mean, they've come here to play. At least give them a little bit.
And they have 5 days, so easily you can make it up. What's 10 overs compared to 5 days?
Exactly. One day, I just want to watch some cricket, bro.
Yeah, and just to update you guys, they are predicting all 5 days to rain out. So we're probably not going to have our first test match.
Amazing. BCCI doesn't know climate change deniers.
Moving on, we have Ajay Jadeja. He has amassed a net worth more than Virat Kohli has. I don't know how. Sammy just told me to say this and he'll do the explanation.
Like 60 crores or something. I don't like. So Virat Kohli is like 1,050 crores and Ajay Jadeja is like 1,100 crores or some shit like that.
How the hell did this happen?
I don't know. All I know is he inherited money. He's now the king or prince of Jamnagar and he's got all that money. So guys, stop working hard. It's never going to matter.
Yeah.
Someone is always going to come and have some money somewhere and just...
We started the episode, we were like, look at our hard work, look at our commitment. Now we're like, fuck it, not going to matter anyway.
Nothing matters. Nothing matters. Virat Kohli has played the best cricketer ever. Ajay Jadeja played 5 games as a wicket keeper.
Yeah.
Now look at him, he does comms. That also he doesn't get hired anywhere.
Now he'll get hired. Now with his influence, maybe.
With his influence, and then he can talk to Kohli. Look him in the eye and talk to Kohli.
Okay.
Who's the real winner? Ajay Jadeja.
Whoever has more money is the real winner. Lesson learned in life.
Yeah, amazing values we're sharing on this podcast.
Josh came and gave so much gyan in the first hour of our chat, and now we are just doing putting hot water on.
Hot water, fully.
Okay, Pakistan versus England. Test 2 is on. So we talked last time about how shit Pakistan played. England scored 800 plus runs. The track was very suitable for England's batting and batting in general. So then Pakistan, we laughed at them again because they dropped Babar Azam, Shaheen Shah Afridi and Naseem Shah. But good news for Pakistan. The guy who replaced Babar has hit a century. And England are kind of struggling at 220 something for 6.
Maybe they have a chance.
Yes.
Maybe they know what they're doing. And the guy's name, I can't remember his full name, but it's Kamran something.
Kamran Ghulam.
Kamran Ghulam has come in and hit a very convincing 100. Love it from the guy. But prayers to Babar.
Yeah, on his B-day, man.
It was his B-day. I saw this tweet. Imagine being Babar Azam today. It's your birthday and you are dropped from a home test match. And the guy who replaced you ended up scoring a quality 100. And you're getting mocked even when you're not playing. No one has fallen off as much as he did. But he's better than Kohli.
He is.
Now let's become...
He's better than Tendulkar.
Khuda ka khauf rakho tum tana.
But actually, good on Kamran Ghulam, man. You get a chance, you hit a century is a huge deal.
Good on Pakistan, they can put up a fighting chance.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not the Manchester United of cricket after all.
You're saying they are better now?
100.
They don't make it up so hard,
I'm such a flip-floppy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm such a flip-floppy. And it was not me, it was ChatGPT that said that.
ChatGPT, my girlfriend.
I mean, ऐसी नौबत आ गई है तो हम क्या करें?
Okay, we'll move on to football.
40.
So, INEOS, the co-owners of Man United, have just declared or announced that Sir Alex Ferguson, who's been Man United's ambassador since he retired as manager for all these years, 10 plus years now, he's no longer going to be in that role. First off, I don't really know what an ambassador is. Like, was it that valuable? I love Sir Alex Ferguson more than anything. Got me into football, got me to love the club. He, now, as an ambassador, what is he going to do? I do feel bad. How can you take him out of any position that he has? Tomorrow he says, I want to be the president of the club. You have to make him. That's how influential, valuable, successful he was with Man United.
I mean, that's why, this kind of attitude that you guys have, not moving from the past, is the reason why you guys are. But he was getting paid £2 million, something like that.
Yeah.
A year. Now, if they're doing some cost cutting.
2 million? Yeah. Sancho's salary is getting paid from that.
I don't know how I feel about it. Like you said, it is a little disrespectful.
Right.
They've also fired a lot of their other long-standing staff to like cut down on costs, like make their wage bill or whatever a little thinner, more efficient.
I wish they did it and they said, oh, we're doing it to improve the club.
Yeah.
Instead of saying we're cutting costs. That's such a negative way to put it. You do it for whatever the fuck reason you want. But
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a shit move, but then I also see where they're coming from. They're trying to change the face of the club. They're trying to move in the new direction. But yeah, shitty move. Hopefully now United pundits or United ex-players don't come on different podcasts and tell us how it was playing under.
Unless it's the casuals.
But again and again, we probably don't have to hear, oh, it was so amazing playing under Sir Alex Ferguson.
But it was.
It was. And everyone talks about the hair... What is a hair dryer treatment? Something like that, where he came and screamed at people. Yes. I am just sick of United players, ex-United players, going on different podcasts and talking about Sir Alex Ferguson. Like, I want to hear something new. Move on.
We do need to move on. I'm not sick of that. I like to relive the glory days that we had. Okay, we'll move on. Thomas Tuchel,
England.
a potential candidate for Man United, has now become the England manager.
Imagine they were cutting costs to then hire Thomas Tuchel, and now Thomas Tuchel has done a tangdi and gone the other way.
But Ten Hag gets paid pretty well, so I don't think they need to cut costs. So don't make any logic suggestion and all, man.
But it was very funny. I think United fans were getting a little hype about it, and then he's gone and done this with England. Again, everyone was saying, before Tuchel, everyone was like, Guardiola should get hired. He was their dream target, England FA's dream target. They've gone and got Tuchel, and everyone's flipped. How can you hire an international manager? How can you hire a manager from another country?
Ridiculous.
When it was Guardiola, it was okay. I know they're not the same caliber, but still the international thing applies, right?
But English fans are just like that, bro. And
they're
now
more
if he does,
me.
Now if he does well, then they're gonna suck him.
Yeah, but Saka get ready to play at left wing back permanently.
Yeah, done.
Yeah. Kane centre back.
Kane on corners again.
Corners. Terrorism football.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a defensive guy, man. So they're not going to get super entertaining football. Like, it's going to be similar to what it was under Southgate. God knows what happened under Lee, because he was there for 4 games. And he's like, I'm back under 21.
Congrats to Lee Carsley, happiest man on the planet right
And
now.
congrats for getting hired to your previous team.
Yeah, he did. He lived his dream for what, a week?
A month or so, yeah. What a tenure.
Like, yeah, and he's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I had a good vacation. Send me back.
Okay, last thing. Since we are a Messi podcast, he's so back. Argentina so back. 6-0 against Bolivia. Messi Hat Trick and 2 assists, man. What a performance.
What a performance. I mean, I'm glad we announced our stance pretty early on in our podcasting journey that we are a Messi podcast and we are on the right side of history, because he just keeps doing this again and again. When was the last time Ronaldo scored a hat trick? I don't even know, because I don't care and I don't even watch Ronaldo.
Doesn't matter.
We are in Saudi Arabia, by the way.
Until what if he shows up to the fight? Then do we switch? Do we pretend to switch?
Switch.
Pretend
to switch. We won't tell him after the pod. We'll address it after the pod. Y'all will know. It's a secret between you and us.
Yep.
So that's about it.
That's about it. Once again, guys, just stay back. Watch this episode through and through. We sat with an actual professional fighter. He's done so well for himself. He spoke so well to us. Works with me for a while. His dad is a great person. Just watch that interview, man. Lots to learn, lots to laugh about.
Amazing. Yes, it was. He's a professional fighter, but I was watching it from behind the camera and it felt like him and Tanay were friends from like since forever. I mean, the camaraderie.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Camaraderie.
The camaraderie was great between the two. It was an amazing episode. I was laughing throughout. Also got to learn a lot about an MMA personality or MMA fighter's mindset and how they deal with losses and wins at the same time, and just life in general.
And he gave me the biggest compliment when he was like, after the episode was done with him, I forgot that the cameras were on.
Yeah,
so
suck your dick more.
Great
on
fun.
cam. No, suck
Great
your own
fun.
dick more on
I'm
camera.
not that flexible. There's too many wires out
I was
here.
talking metaphorically, but do it. No, but it was actually great and I did a great job.
Thank you.
Stay around for that. And yeah.
Like and subscribe. Check this video out.
And if you guys want t-shirts, DM us. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Chat, how's it going? We have a very special guest with us today. He is the son of legendary fighter and American top team head coach Conan Silveira, the former LFA middleweight and light heavyweight champion, and the 2022 PFL finalist, the man with the best mullet ever. And I've worked with Josh actually since 2021. His team, his dad, himself, they've all been nothing but great to me. So please welcome one of the best light heavyweights on planet Earth, Josh Coninia Silveira.
Hello, how's everyone doing? Happy to be here. Hope that attire works well with the setting.
Yeah, so we are in Riyadh, like we've been updating you guys online, and Josh isn't perfect. He's in a thobe. He spent a lot of money on it, which is why I'm not wearing one. But how do you like it here, man?
It's good, man. Saudi's nice. It's my first time. I may come back again for the finals. I'm
Inshallah.
not sure. Yeah, inshallah. But no, I like Saudi. I think at first, coming from America for the first time, I've been in UAE during Fight Island, so it's a little bit more different. This is I feel like it's my first time experiencing the Middle East, right? The people are great. I think with the whole thought of Middle East being kind of strict and things like that, I think people kind of have a misconception about what's going on. But I feel safe, man. Everything feels nice over here. People are nice. Food is good.
Yeah, I agree.
Having a good time.
How many kebabs have you had in the past few days?
I had one at the mall, and probably 3 or 4. 3 or 4, I would say, kebabs. Yeah.
Pretty damn good, huh?
Pretty good. I've been enjoying some of the chicken kabas.
Kebsa?
Kabsa.
Yes,
Not
kabsa.
kabas. Kabsa. Chicken kabas. Kabsa, lamb, kabsa. I'm Brazilian, man. So, we like the meats.
Yes.
We like the churrascos. Yeah.
You're here for the PFL pay-per-view number 2. Your boys Johnny Eblen and Hernan Ferreira are fighting.
Yes.
How do you think Ajay, what do you make of the event? We'll go to the predictions after.
So the event, it's a pretty big event, right?
Yeah.
I think these type of events are cool in Saudi. Obviously, Saudi, I feel like they're trying to push more tourism and more sports. Maybe that was a big section of what the country was missing, so to say. I mean, soccer's worldwide, but MMA is kind of one of those sports where you could take advantage of it right now, right? You can make your city a fight capital, I guess. So I think they're doing pretty good with the pay-per-view, and then the Battle of the Giants, Ngannou's first MMA fight back. As much as Renan Ferreira is my teammate, and of course I want him to win, I think it's a pretty cool concept that PFL got a hold of Ngannou, and it's cool. I'm gonna see that scrap. But yeah, we're American Top Team, bro. We're always gonna be around. We're always packing the house here, so we're having a good
Always
time.
at PFL for sure.
For sure.
Okay, let's take it back. When did you start your combat sports journey? I said in the intro that your dad is a legend, one of the best coaches
Yeah.
on planet Earth for MMA. So when did you start training any martial art?
So there's videos of me of running around on the mat. I was born in 1992. There's videos of me in 1994 running around the mat. Was I learning things? I don't know if I was like learning how to armbar and choke people, but I learned aggression, right? Like attack, defense, run away, any sort of just movement, But I would say my real journey, man, when I got kind of beat up and I was like, well, what the heck was that? I got armbarred, I got choked, I had to tap out. I think I was around maybe 5-6 years old, and that's just regular self-defense as kids. Kids learn this all the time nowadays. But my journey really began there, more as of, to be honest, I thought everybody did it. I thought it was a hobby everybody did, but it was a very in-family hobby.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not true. Not all of our dads are
Not all the
giants who are just training other killers.
I used to go to school and put kids in arm bars and be like, you don't know what this is? Uma plata. You don't know what this is? And they like, call the teacher. But yeah, I just started like that. And I think I got serious with my journey, I would say in high school. So high school would be, 11th, 10th grade. And that's when I decided like, hey, let's try this fight stuff. I always wanted to fight. But I think as a kid, it's like being a soccer player. It's like a dream, and then the reality comes in, and it's just like, oh, am I fast enough? Am I strong enough? And of course, I'm not saying nobody to follow their dreams, but for me, I was asking my questions when I was about 16, 17 years old. I would watch the UFC and guys doing spinning heel kicks, and I was like, whoa. It wasn't like the Hoist Gracie time anymore, where you take the guy down and you beat him up. So I had to go through a lot of psychological decisions. So I would say my career really started like at 16.
So then I'm guessing you started wrestling properly for your high school and things like that.
Yeah, started wrestling, first time putting on a singlet on, it was kind of weird. But I was already doing some sort of grappling before, So when I wrestled, I wasn't the best wrestler in the beginning, but I became very well.
Yeah, you went to D1 Arizona State, right?
Arizona State, yeah.
And how was that?
That was good, man. Arizona State's known as one of the biggest international schools. Innovation. I believe there is actually a lot of we get a lot of people from China, Japan, India. I remember meeting tons of Indian friends. Innovation. You guys are good at innovation.
Yes.
And you guys
like
are
this podcast.
Yeah, very very good. Yeah, there's great innovation here. No, but for real, it was number one international school. So I remember meeting great people, man, and Arizona State was a great journey. As an athlete, sometimes you miss out on the school experience, but the people miss out on being the athlete experience.
Yes, the student athlete, as they say in America.
Yeah, there was so much. Our school was so populated with students. The athletes were about 2% of the school.
Damn.
So
what was it,
like
a
rare.
40,000 student body?
No, it's like a 78,000 student.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's the largest population of students, I think, in America. I would say so. I think so.
When
Don't
you have
mark my
Indian
words.
and Chinese people, the population's gonna go
It'll
up.
just
Right?
automatically go up 10%.
And then the wrestling grind. People talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
It gives a lot of discipline in your life because
sure.
you're making weight since I'm guessing 11, 12 standard, even more so in college. So talk to us about the wrestling grind.
So the wrestling grind is real deal, man. So just to start it off with a joke. My friend was gonna have a baby and he was a wrestler, and our other friend was like, "Oh, that's so nice, man. You're gonna have a baby boy. Are you gonna let him be happy, or are you gonna let him ruin his life?" He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Are you gonna put him in wrestling?" Right. So basically, wrestling's one of those things. It starts fun. Eventually, it gets better when you win. Right? It's not fun to get beat up all the time. So the wrestling journey, I don't blame it if it's not for everybody, but you should learn some form of struggle or learn some form of physical combat as throughout your life. So for me, wrestling started off pretty good, and then I started realizing the weight cutting and the commitment. Tournaments are every weekend. So, when you're leaving school on the weekend, you're looking to hang out with your friends and stuff. For me, is like I got to go travel to Orlando. I got to travel to different parts of Florida. When I first started, I started attacking Florida because I was from Miami, right? Trying to be the best in the state of Florida. And then from there, you go and try to be the best in different states. You're going against this champion and this champion. And so eventually, when you make that commitment, you can't half do it.
Yeah.
So the wrestling grind is one of those where if you wait to get better in the season, you're never going to do well. It's the off season. So you're really wrestling the whole year. The NCAA, you guys know NCAA,
yes.
right? The NCAA season is a 6-month season. They were arguing, trying to make the season less because they felt like the wrestlers were suffering, cutting weight. 6 months is a long time. You know what I mean? But they never changed the season because there's no way around it. In the off season, they're still going to wrestle.
Right.
This is not like football or soccer where they probably go take a break, enjoy a vacation. Wrestling's no, you need to get better. You need to wrestle in the off season. So when you make that commitment, man, you're learning a lot of discipline, but at the same time, oh my gosh, bro, it's a love-hate relationship.
Is it more of a mental or a physical torture?
I would say it feels physical, but then you realize it's all mental. I look back at it, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that because it was a mental thing. You know what I mean? But there's the college level too, which is completely, that's when you're dealing with men. You know what I mean? The high school level, you're still dealing with young men and teenagers. Collegiate level, that's grown men. So by then, it's more of a mental thing, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what made you decide to go from college wrestling into MMA?
Oh, so I knew I was going to do MMA before college wrestling.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So to be honest, growing up, I always knew I wanted to be a scholarship athlete.
Okay.
That's what I told her. I'm going to get a scholarship. I don't want my mom to pay a dime for school because I have foreign parents, man,
Yeah.
So my parents came to this country. Let me do something on my own. Not on my own, but let me do something that I could show that, hey, mom, I did this. Hey, dad, I did this. So at first I was a football player, not soccer.
Yeah. What position did you play?
Football pads. I was a defensive end and outside linebacker.
Nice.
Fairly good. But then the reality, when I talked about the reality of, am I going to be able to play in the NFL? Am I going to get a scholarship when guys are smoking me down the 40? Guys are putting me on my back. These athletic guys, man. You know what I mean? Florida's a very hot spot for football players.
Yes.
You got the Hurricanes, you got FSU, you got the Gators. It's just a lot of football there. And I've always had jiu-jitsu in the back of my pocket. So when I realized I wasn't going to do football anymore and I went to wrestling and I did somewhat good, I said, I think this is where I got to get my scholarship. So from there, man, just wrestling, got my scholarship. And from there, I transferred to a couple schools, but I ended up at Arizona State.
Got it.
And yeah, man, the rest was history. So from there, I knew I was gonna fight, but I knew wrestling was gonna assist me
Got it.
with the fighting. To
And
answer
it
your question,
Makes sense. Instead of football, you did wrestling. Actually, you picked the proper spot to get into MMA.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So exactly, it made sense at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if I would have tried doing football, maybe I would have been fighting right now. And now, you know, I love fighting, but it's a love-hate relationship. You know, I'm a little older now, so I'm not moving how I used to move when I was young. But we're here, still grinding it out. You know.
Okay, so your amateur career starts off perfect, 4-0. Then again, 7-0 as a pro as well, 6 finishes, double champ with LFA. How do you feel like you're the double champ of the world, one of the hottest prospects at the time?
Yeah. It was good, man, because I think I was the second guy in LFA to do it. I think the first guy was Casey, that little blonde guy in the UFC, Casey something. He hasn't fought in a long time. Casey something. He's the first double LFA champ. Casey, man, I can't think of his name.
He'll get it.
Yeah, you'll see it. He hasn't fought. He's beat some good guys. He's beaten some great guys. I don't know why he hasn't fought, man. I don't know if he retired. But yeah, so the whole story of that was I was a 205 pounder, right?
Yeah.
I was a 205 pounder. I won the LFA title, and Casey Kenny, the first LFA double champ. You haven't seen him in a while.
He's a lighter weight, right? He's 135 or something.
Yeah, but you haven't seen him in a while. He hasn't fought in forever, and he's doing well. It's not like he has a bad record, you know. So Ed Suarez is the president of LFA,
Right.
and LFA is so used to guys leaving because some of them don't even want to win a belt. They just want to go straight to the UFC.
Casey's going through some legal issues.
Oh, legal. Okay.
So if you didn't hear Sammy, Casey's going through some legal issues, which we won't discuss.
We won't, because we don't know unless we want to start rumors. No, but I hope everything's going well with Casey. If he was a good person during this case, you know, I don't want to say good things about.
He'll hear this message because he watches our podcast.
Oh, he
so,
watches. Okay. First double champ right there, Casey, Kenny. 2 first names. That's interesting. So Ed comes up to me one morning and he's like, "Hey, so I got Contender Series contacting me. They're interested in you." And my dad and I look at him and go, "No. We want to take our time. We want to win one belt and we want a double champ." And Ed looks at us. He's like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "That's what we want to do. If it's possible, that's what we want to do." So that's the mission we attacked. We approached LFA in a different type of manner. They thought we were just gonna try to get a couple fights and leave, and so that was the journey, man. So I felt great to accomplish that because it was like an idea that we put on paper. Really, we were really writing it on paper, and then we were like, by December we'll double champ, and by next year we'll go, you know. And during that time was during COVID, so that's when a lot of people were going through a hard time. But for me, it was a kind of a okay time.
So LFA had fights during COVID?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good of them, right?
Yeah. I had a handful of fights, empty arena, empty, you know, I guess they would be like mini arenas, right?
Yeah.
And that's where I had some of the best moments in my career growing during a hard time. So it was weird.
I mean, it's nice to have a dad who's, you know, done it for so long and everything.
Yeah. He's kind of like the bait in the water, right?
Yeah.
Like, you make the mistakes first and then tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after LFA, PFL Challenger Series.
PFL, that's where we met.
Yes, sir.
That's where we met. That's where we met.
Did the Contender Series hit you up again?
Yes. So it's been a while. So yeah, I could say the story, right? So they hit me up 3 times.
Breaking news.
They hit me up 3 times, and here's the thing, man. I don't think there's any sprinkled dust on me like Peter Pan because my dad used to fight and now he came from a fighter family. But in my mind, a fighter is always going to be kind of like a yes guy. Yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll do it. Which is a good thing, but it's a bad thing sometimes because you get chewed up and spit out and used. So my dad I was like, let's do the contenders. He's like, no, we're not going to do that. He's like, let's invest more in your stock. Let's make it not that we want you. Let's make you more that we need you. We really need you. You know, so they hit us up constantly. Contender Series. By the time I won my second belt, PFL was interested in me, and it was PFL or UFC, you know, and let's just say UFC offered me something, and I showed PFL, and PFL was like, oh, give him what he wants. And then, you know, from there, my entry into an A-level league wasn't the greatest, but wasn't the crappiest either. You know what I mean? Compared to what I saw other people getting paid.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, that was good. It felt good. That double champ thing was well worth it.
But I would say it was if maybe the pay wasn't as good as you thought, or it's good enough. But I thought your entry was great in the PFL. You won your Challenger Series fight. They didn't announce you as a contract winner, but you won the contract, basically. You fought in the season.
Yeah.
Missed the first fight, and then a first-round knockout of Martin Hamlet, who had gone to the finals the year before
For sure.
So how did that feel? You stepped in. Finally, there's an arena, right? Because Challenger Series, there was like 20, 30 people.
Yeah, it wasn't that much. Yeah.
And then that was in Atlanta or something.
That was in Orlando.
Or
Challenger
Hamlet.
Series.
But then,
Hamlet was in Orlando.
and that was a nice tight arena, but it was full.
That was
a lot of
good.
people,
That was a good, that
and you got a head
good.
kick knockout.
Yeah, head kick knockout. I just came off of, I was supposed to fight Emiliano Sordi.
Yep.
And my AC joint. AC joint is the bone that lays on top of your collarbone. Just poof, popped out. Till today, it's still kind of out. I'm good now. But AC joint popped out a week before the fight.
Right.
I didn't fight. 6 weeks later, fighting Hamlet. I'm looking at him like, man, my freaking shoulder is almost out. I hope this doesn't go bad. And boom, I kick him in the head. My first fight on ESPN, my first big check. It's funny. My regional fights, I almost forget to pick up my check.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, come pick up. Oh, yeah. Because I was just building my record.
Right.
Right when I leave the octagon or the smart cage, where's the check guy?
Yes.
Give me my checks. I've been waiting a long time for these checks.
Doesn't matter how many times in the head you've been hit.
No.
Checks got to get done.
The checks, yeah. Dad, give me the checks. But my mouthpiece is still in. You know, so that was a good time, man. That was I felt like that was an introduction to the MMA world in a sense, you know. So that was good.
Yeah, and it was a good feeling, I'm sure, for you, because PFL doesn't interview every fighter after they win.
No.
But you got an interview after your first official PFL fight.
Yeah.
Because of the performance, right? First round, head kick knockout. You missed the first fight, basically, to get into the first fight of the season. You made up your points, and then now we're in the playoffs.
For sure, man. For sure. Only thing was missing was a bonus, man. But they don't do bonuses.
Yeah.
But that would have been a bonus finish, I think.
Right, I think so too.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Then we go to New York, fight your teammate Omari Akhmedov.
Yes.
And that's when you got your first loss.
My first loss.
How does it feel to fight a teammate though?
Felt weird, man, because before this PFL journey, I was helping Omari for like 4 fights.
In the PFL, right?
Because I'm one of the few. Everyone's a grappler, American Top Team, but I'm one of the few, like Johnny Eblen, myself, Division 1 wrestlers. So a lot of guys, especially the Dagestanian guys, love using me because I'm safe. I know how to work out. So Omari used me all the time. So when we fought, man, I was like, dude, this guy knows me. I know him. The only difference was his experience, you know.
Yes.
Not that I wish I could fight him again, but if I ever were to fight a teammate again, I definitely know how to deal with the situation.
Yeah, it must feel weird because PFL now in the light heavyweight season this year, you, Shoeface, Dovletjan, I mean that's just one division of American top team fighters, and you're bound to meet because you guys are all elite, make the playoffs usually, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how does that feel? I'm sure you've like Shoeface. I've worked with him before you joined the PFL, and that's how I met your dad.
Yeah.
And he's such a good dude. He's been around American top team for a while,
For
just
sure.
like you have. How weird is that? if you'd have to fight a guy like him.
It's super weird, man. It's super weird. And me and Shoeface train a lot because we're Brazilian.
Yeah.
We actually, Shoeface is funny, man. We're good friends. You know, when we fought in Salt Lake City, we were got an Airbnb together, so we're very close, man. I think it's weird, but when you're making money together, I think at the end of the day, you grow up and you get over with it. Now, if you're barely making any change, you know, I don't think it's worth it. But if you could put some money in your pocket, you know, there's no better feeling sometimes than making money with your friend, right?
Right.
There's other great feelings in life.
We make no money, but it's fun.
Yeah, or making
Not
money
yet.
or making no money, or money is a great feeling with your friends.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Friends that go to jail together stay together.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Not trying to do that.
Tanai's like, no.
No thanks.
Yeah. American jail's pretty good though. You'll be okay in American jail. If you ever go to jail in America, you join too.
I have to be let into the country first, then maybe jail.
We're working on that. On that. Come on, man. I was about to say a president candidate, but listen, I was like, come on.
Indian podcast doesn't matter. You can say whatever you want.
Well, I'm from Florida, so come on. You know, Trump will help you out. Trump will get you back to
So American
America.
Top Team had a funny post today.
With Drake.
Yeah.
The Drake
So
curse.
basically they said, hey, at Drake on Twitter.
Like bet on Kamala.
Please bet on Kamala Harris so Trump wins. Yours sincerely, American Top Team.
When I saw that, I said, yep, that's my team. That's my team.
Love it.
And I saw that, I said, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not really into politics like that. But if you come from Florida, man, that's kind of like the thing nobody wants to say. But American Top Team is like, I'll say it for you.
Yes.
You know,
'Cause
this
who's gonna mess
tweet's
with-
for everybody here.
Who's going to mess with the toughest guys in town?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
What are you going to go say to an MMA fighter?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do on voting day. We're gonna go to all the polls and be like, "Who you voting for?"
Yeah.
Clack, 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 clack. Like, yeah, you better go that way, Svetty. But yeah, man. Going back to the what was the
We were talking about American Top Team,
American
and
Top
fighting
Team.
teammates and how you get
fighting
close.
teammates?
Yeah.
The benefit about the gym though, the gym is gigantic, so you could always go on one side and the guy goes on the other side. But it's happened. I think we have to be the record holder of fighting our own teammates. Happened a lot.
And the gym is so big and everyone is training in different corners, right? People show respect to that, right? Like no one's trying to learn something about the other fighter that they're not supposed to know. Besides, obviously, Masvidal and Colby.
Man, I'll be honest with you. You like to think of it like that all the time, but we have a multicultural gym. So I've seen a lot of times where Brazilians were fighting the Russians, and then some of the Brazilian guys complaining that the Russian guy, because the Dagestani guys they all move together, and the Brazilian guys too.
Yes.
So and I think it's a little bit of the fighters getting a little paranoid, right? Like, why is he looking at me? It's like, well, he's not looking at you. He's just walking by. You know what I mean? But we used to have a curtain go around the octagon for sparring sessions. We don't do the curtain no more because after COVID, it's not open to the public. So the curtain was really for the public, because the public you can't suspend American Top Team member that pays monthly bill because they're filming. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why we used to put the curtain up. But if you see a fighter doing this, then that's gonna cause some attention.
So the public that comes in to train at American Top Team are just local people and things like that. How many people do to come in? Like how much % of the gym is professional fighters, and then the rest is public?
Well, now it's just professional.
Oh,
The most we do now, ever since COVID, right? Before COVID, jiu-jitsu classes and Muay Thai classes, I would say there was over 200 members, maybe more than that. Now the most we do for the public is the Steve Malko Wrestling,
nice.
which is a kids program for wrestling, right? Because wrestling's always wrestling, right? It's important. So we do that. But other than that, we're not open to the public, man. You'll see people banging on the windows to try to like, hey, let me autograph, and we're just like, get out of here. So every once in a while, one person will kind of squeeze in there, get a bunch of signatures, and like then they'll get, hey, you got to go. But yeah, it's private now, man. It's a private gym. You'll be able to come. I'll get you in.
Thank you.
VIP status.
Thank you.
Yeah. you too when you come.
If you
Yeah, if we can enter the country, it's right.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
That I don't know how much I
Yeah.
can help.
I think it'll be easier going to jail than entering the country.
Yeah. Maybe I'll pull up in this outfit here and be like,
Yes.
I have a proposal for you.
As a diplomat.
As a diplomat. I come from the embassy.
Speaking of American top team, one of our favorite fighters, our show's favorite fighters, is Manny Moicano.
Oh, nice.
He's been winning now. We love his skills, and obviously on the mic, he's killing it.
Yes.
How is he to be around? How is he in the gym?
He's funny, man.
Yeah.
He's one of the few guys, no, a lot of the guys, but he's one of the faster English learners. And I think it's because he wanted to learn, right? Not just learning to speak English, learning how to talk smack, talk shit, really,
And his accent is perfect.
Yeah, he has a good accent.
Yeah.
He's very punctual, right? After I fight, I want to become SWAT and kill these fucking criminals. You know what I mean?
I cannot afford to lose. I have a family.
He's speaking English, but his thought is Brazilian. As a Brazilian, I want to kill these fucking criminals. That's how people are in Brazil a little bit, with the criminals. But no, he's branding himself, right? He's giving the world his brand. It's nice to see, especially at a gym where there's a bunch of fighters. You see everybody trying to do their own thing. A good example, like the Kobe. He did his thing, but it messed everybody else's relationship with him up. Seeing George do his thing. Really, George Masvidal, man, was always original. It was just a matter of time before the world got to see who he is. But he's always been like that. The Money Moicano thing, when I first met him, he was like that, but he put some boosters on it now. You know, he injected steroids into his attitude. You know what I mean?
Only his attitude.
Only his attitude. So, good for him, man. And he's been in the UFC for a long time. I think he has over 13 fights, 14 fights.
Featherweight, now lightweight. And he's fought like the toughest guys as well.
Yeah, he fought tough guys. Yeah. People don't know, man. He was beating Brian Ortega up in third round. He got submitted.
He got caught.
He shouldn't have even gone for a takedown, but he did. I still talk to him about it till today. I was like, why did you do that? He's like, I got tired. But
he didn't have a family back then.
Yeah, he didn't have a family. And his son, man, is a cute little kid, Isaac. Shout out to Isaac. He's doing everything right, man. He's doing everything right. One of the guys in the gym we definitely look up to, in a sense of I want to get to where he's at. Yeah. So shout out to Manny Moicano.
Love him. We love Manny Moicano. Okay, we'll go to 2023 first. 3 first-round finishes in the PFL, get to the finals, and then you're fighting Impa Kasangra.
Yeah.
How good did you feel getting into that?
I felt good. Obviously, in the fight world, both guys go to the fight. Both guys have to think to themselves, I'm going to win. And one guy doesn't, and that's kind of the outcome of how the fight game is. One guy wins, one guy loses. Every once in a while, we see a draw.
Yeah.
But even in the draw, we have a sense of that guy got beat up.
Who kind
bad.
of won, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that was kind of like a good moment of my career, a dip of my career where I learned a lot,
Yes.
So good old finals fight.
Yeah. But you made it to the finals, a huge deal, man.
Yeah, for sure. It was a lot of things going on that year too. But yeah, making it to the finals, fighting Impa, is all blessing, right? Even losing the finals, it became a blessing later on. Because I tell people it was probably one of the hardest things that happened to me personally on a personal level. When you're a kid, you see your parents do some shit, and maybe you're like, "Oh, I'm traumatized."
Yeah.
For me as an adult, that was something like I was like, "Oh, that hurt my heart."
Right.
But how blessed am I that was one of the worst things that's ever happened to me.
Right.
Versus like falling from a mountain or something, or like getting hit by a car, or being handicapped. Getting second place in a PFL finals. That's the worst thing that's happened to you. Pretty cool life, man.
Well, that's such a good way to look at it. Not everyone can. Like, people take losses hard. Not in MMA, of course, because you're actually getting physically hurt. But in any sport, loss is hard.
It's a personal sport.
You
too,
look at it so well, though. I appreciate that. It's sick.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man. Like we talked about my life growing up. I'm supposed to stop fighting and because I lost.
Yeah.
And the million will do that to you. You $1 million, gold belt, you lost. Be done. No, not be done. I'll just make $1 million a different way.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm a fighter, man. That's what I do. You know, I'm blessed to find something that I love fast. I'm not gonna get discouraged because of a finals fight. And then later on, I lose to the fucking same guy again.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I was going to get to that. Like,
But-
2024, again, you start with a win.
Yeah.
Then you fought another former champion, Rob Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Great fight.
Great.
Fight of the year, I would have given it that the fight of the night bonus, fight of the year, everything.
Yeah.
Very close fight. How did you feel after that one?
That one I thought I actually won.
The Battle of the Mullets.
Yeah, I thought I actually won that fight. But Rob Wilkinson was a scary guy. So when I was in the cage looking at him, it's like, all right, I got to go attack this fucking Australian. You know, sorry. I don't know if you guys curse on the
Yeah,
podcast.
we do all the time. You've already
I gotta
cursed
go
like
attack
4
this
times. It's
fucking.
fine.
I gotta go attack this fucking cunt.
I love you, Rob, man. I worked with you before. Good man.
He knows. I'm calling you a good cunt. He asked me if I call him a good cunt or a bad cunt. And in this particular case, you're a bad cunt. No.
Yes.
But I just knew I had to make a decision to go after him because he always bullies everybody.
Yes.
So the first time I hit him, boom, boom, I hit him. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, run away now a little bit. He might want to get you back. But man, I felt like I was hitting him and he kept grabbing me. I was like, whoa. You know, like that Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor.
You're a wrestler now.
Who's the wrestler now? You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I guess the judges didn't see it that way, but I felt like I was landing the bigger strikes. Chris Levin gave it to me.
Yes.
Chris Levin. Of course, Chris Levin would give it to me. He's like, I like this. He fought crazy guy. You know, I didn't dye my hair red, but next time he's judging, I'll find out before, and I'll dye my hair red just to make sure I'll get good on his card.
Yeah.
His scorecard. But yeah, man, you know, it is what it is. That was my first. So when I lost to Impa, that was a real loss.
Yeah.
When I lost to Rob, it was like, get over it. A split decision. You fought well. Move on.
And you're still in the playoffs. So
Still in
it's
the playoffs. It didn't feel as bad.
Yeah.
When I lost to Impa the second time, I was like,
Again, a much better performance from you than your first fight with
Super
Impa,
much better. To be honest, I went back and I watched it. Man, it was very close. I think I had more of like the popularity of him beating me was behind me. The odds was behind him. But if you look, man, I've seen plenty of UFC fights that were way closer, that like were unanimous decisions or split decisions or draws sometimes. But like I've seen UFC fights after my fight with Impa, the second one, I was like, bro, man, they rewatch my fight, man. I think I get rounds 1 and 2. You know, 2 was close. 1, 100%. I knocked him down with a knee to the ribs.
Yep.
I heard I cracked his ribs. I'm not sure if that's true. I heard it through the MMA rumors. Of course, this is not going to make me feel good about it, but I definitely went there with a game plan, and I executed some things. Prior to the first fight, I was rolling turd. I was shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing anything right. So I felt good after that fight, man. It is what it is.
Who hits harder, Impa or Wilkinson?
Man, to be honest, I didn't feel Wilkinson hit me though. I felt like Wilkinson hits harder, but I didn't really get hit. But he's slower. Impa's actually pretty fast.
Yeah. He's come from 170 fighting at 205 now, so he carries that
He's
speed. Right?
pretty fast, but I'll tell you this. The second time I knew I was going to walk through his punches.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I think one time he got me pretty good. He got me, I call it the cash register. Cha-ching! Right there. Makes your chin go back. I remember good one. Come over here.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, luckily for me, never been KO'd. You know, in America,
Inshallah.
we're not going. Inshallah, inshallah means like
Hope for the best.
Hope for the best. Yeah. I like my chin. You know, obviously you don't want to get hit, but it's part of the process. A couple of times I felt like I hit him, and he was kind of like, okay, this is definitely a different guy. You know, he can't say that wasn't a different guy in there the second time. You know, it
I
is
mean-
what it is.
Respect to him, man. His story is also amazing.
Great story.
Yeah.
Honorable guy to lose to.
Yes.
Easily.
And he's a classy dude, yeah, man.
Yeah, honorable guy lose
Yeah.
to. He got upset with me the second time because I was kind of stirring the pot a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't talking shit. I was just talking like a guy that lost to you already,
Right.
right? Like I want to fuck you up. I wanna
Yes.
beat. He's like, oh, why are you talking to me like that? Be like, well, we're fighting, my friend. Not fucking. If we were playing pool and I'm like, I'm gonna crush your face. Be like,
Yes.
hey, dude, we're playing pool. Like it's like a swim competition. I'm
Yeah.
gonna drown you. Like, dude, that's kind of messed up, you know. But like, I wasn't talking about his, you know. I wasn't saying like Conor McGregor red panty night,
Right.
you know. Like Conor McGregor red panty night, or when he had to fight against Rafael
Khabib
dos Anjos.
also, yeah.
If it was back in the day, if it were to me, I'd ride in the favela horseback.
That was Aldo, yeah.
and take out every man and child not willing to work. I said, did anybody hear what he said?
Yeah.
Is it because he has the accent? That he just kind of like NASCAR.
Yeah, it flies by.
The fuck was that? Did he just say unfit child and men? I'm already thinking of like sweaty people, like picking up limestone. Am I right or no?
No, you're 100% right.
So when he said like, "Hey man, you know I don't like," I was like, "Bro, come on, man." I just said I want to beat you up. I'm saying I'm talking about what I want to do to you in the aspects of fighting.
Right.
You know, I'm not talking about riding into your village on horseback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was cool. That was like my first little shit talking. I'm not so much of a shit talker, man. But
he is like super respectful, right?
super respectful.
Yeah.
Super respectful. You know, he's like freaking. He's the black cowboy, man.
Yeah. He's the man. But you have to do what you have to do, man, to get
Yeah.
yourself mentally prepared, physically, whatever.
For sure.
And
yeah,
you weren't,
yeah.
like you said, you weren't like crazy mean or anything. You said,
No, and then right after the fight,
I'm
I was like,
coming
bro,
for you, yeah.
right after the fight, I was like, man, good stuff. And he's like, oh, now you want it. I was like, come on, bro. Don't be
Yeah.
like that. We fought each other right now.
Yeah.
Smile. I was like, smile at me. Be my friend. Relax. Shake my hand, you know?
did you actually say that?
No, he was kind of like, keep that same. I was like, come on. After
Yeah.
15 minutes, same energy. I was like, I'm happy. We're done with this. We're over. You know
And
what I mean?
15 plus 25, right?
15
that
plus
counts?
25, yeah, bro.
40
We
minutes.
shared a cage for 40 minutes or so.
Yep.
40 minutes.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
I'm not that great at math.
Been hit in the head a few
Been
too
hit
many
a couple
times.
times. Yeah.
What do you
and
call it? The cash machine
the
has been
cash
wrong.
register. Ching, you know when you click it,
Yes.
ching. You know what I'm talking about? When you hit somebody right here, man.
Yeah.
That's the money shot. All up in here.
Maybe you can demonstrate on him later. Yeah, we
Yeah,
get
views.
views.
But yeah, man, it was a overall good experience. And I fought in Florida,
Yeah,
hometown, right?
at the Guitar Hotel, that was right.
Yeah, the guitar, yeah.
I mean, it's great how you take a loss actually, and then your attitude. I really love and respect that, man. Like,
For sure. Yeah,
something to learn for us as well.
It's part of it,
Yeah.
man. It's part of it. There is that quote by Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt's a American president from back in the day. It's called
Yeah.
the Man in the Arena. You know,
Yes.
and the ending of the quote. I mean, throughout the quote, it's about It's not the critique who matters or that person or this person. It's the man in the arena. And then towards the end, it's like at least his soul will neither. His soul will experience victory or defeat, but never neither.
Right.
You know what I mean? Almost like, just put yourself in my. Not saying that someone put them in my shoes, but like, you know, take a step back and be like, at the end of the day, it's a competition. It's not like for
And
battle of life or death.
You did the thing.
I
Right?
did the
That's
thing,
most
bro. I got
important,
locked up.
right?
I was half naked in front
Yeah.
of people fighting.
We
You
love
know?
that.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, my nipples are showing. Like, I can't believe it. These shorts are 5-inch inseams. What the? This cup's awfully kind of big, you know? Bunch of little mini insecurities when you're walking out there, and then you're like, wait, I actually got to fight somebody. Let me fuck all this other shit.
You purposely wear a big cup.
Yeah, I wear a big cup, man. Yeah. When you've been hitting the nuts a couple times in
Yeah.
life, you know, at first you're like, I'm not wearing a cup. Cups are for losers. And you're walking off the mat. I need that cup. A loser is somebody who has one ball. You know? Well, yeah, man. So,
But yeah, you've had a great PFL career, man.
Yeah.
Playoffs all 3 seasons. championship fight once.
Yeah,
Great performances when you've won, especially. And then the last 2 losses also tight fights, close fights. So
yeah, unfortunately, my losses, man, were probably some of the best fights I've had.
yeah,
Kind of weird experience, but it is what it is. You move on. Can't complain. Like you said, it's been a blessing, and I think, I think I'm still gonna, I'm not sure, but I think I'm still gonna be around, man. I think the organization likes me, so we'll see, man. And if I'm 31, I'll be 32. There's still a lot more left, in the tank, 100%,
yeah, I think so too.
for sure.
All right, this Saturday night, huge fight, biggest pay-per-view in PFL's history probably.
For sure, super fight.
Couple of your boys fighting, American top team. We'll start with Renan Ferreira. He's taking on Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Renan moved to American top team, won a belt, and then he beat Bader and won another belt. What
Yes.
changed?
Man, I think when people come to American top team, especially like a country like Brazil, and I love Brazil, but I think a lot of the guys get introduced to the sport and they feel obligated to give back all the time because I got you here. You're here because of me. And in Renan's case, Renan, I feel like Renan got there because of how he looks.
Yes.
Not 100%.
And he's super athletic.
But a good
and he can
75%
hit,
of that is because of he's a specimen.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not want this guy to be an entertainer? Why would you not want to invest in this guy? So I think in his particular case, maybe he had too many people trying to pull him one way or pull him the other. So when he finally got to American top team, and it's not just like this with him, it's like this with everybody. There's a sense of organization. You have a coach. You have this guy. You have this guy. We have scheduled time. You have a fight coming up. You could do some custom things here and there, but it's all about having that camaraderie, right? That team unity. That I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna go to the same gym. Sometimes when you're dealing with an MMA career, you go to one gym for one thing, one gym for that thing. American top team is like one umbrella.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what the guys need. So when he got there, he felt like, and not just that, you're dealing with a bunch of guys who are making good money. You're not just the one guy making good money where everyone's like,
Yeah.
hey, it's like even, it's a fair playing field, and we just have a lot of fighters, man.
Yeah.
No false sense of confidence. That's one of the number one things I tell people. False sense of confidence is the worst thing a fighter could have because you're going to get beat up. If you have false sense of confidence going to play a soccer game, you might get crossed over or whatever. It doesn't feel that bad. But if I kick you in the face and you go, man, you told me I was going to do okay. I'm like, yeah.
You guys have to decide what's worse, getting dribbled past or getting kicked in the face.
It's almost like if somebody's not doing well, and this is where a good coach comes in. If you're not training well and you're not performing well, a good coach is going to tell you, don't fight this guy. Save it for another time. Right now you're not, but yes, people are gonna be like, you're good, you're ready.
Yeah.
You're good, you're ready.
You're the best.
You're good, you're
yeah.
ready. You're the best. And then it's just like you're like staring at them like, I thought you said I was good. I thought you said I was ready. And of course we don't know the answer of each fight, but you should have enough confidence in yourself. Be like, yo, you could beat this guy. Believe it. Where I think Renan was missing that piece. And so when you see he got to ATT, he just skyrocketed.
Yeah, he was crazy in that season. And then
I thought it was funny, man. I was like, why would you not want to invest in this guy? He's a specimen. He's 6'8".
He is.
He's a freaking athlete.
So that structure, the training, and the decision making really helped him.
Really helped him,
Yeah.
and I want to say maybe non-fighting stuff like management or something like
Yeah.
that, which I don't know on personally, but a lot of guys change that stuff when they change gyms. Yeah, dude, he changed his life within a year.
Yeah.
Literally changed his life. Now he's about to go probably fight for more money than he made in the finals.
Yes, he is.
Because Ngannou says, what is it like? You
They
make
said
a couple million.
2 million for his opponent. So, Yeah.
You're talking about a guy who probably doesn't come from much.
Yeah.
So he changed his whole life.
That's awesome to hear.
Super cool.
Prediction for the main event for that fight.
You know, I've always liked Ngannou, and I liked his rebelness
Yeah.
when he left the UFC.
And he has a cool story too.
I think his storyline is cool. It's the same thing with McGregor. Like what McGregor did for the sport's amazing. Now he might be a little bit off the walls. But it is what it is. I'll take it as a fighter, not as what you're doing later on in your life. What Ngannou did as a fighter was amazing. Opened doors, got to push the path even further.
Yeah.
But I think Henna's just young, man. It's just, and it's not saying this because my teammate. It's just because I've seen MMA my whole life. It's a young man's game. Heavyweights are big though, but Henna's fast. He has a fast two.
Yeah.
That backhand, poof, so fast. You know, and I think Anthony Joshua really made Ngannou kind of rattle his head a lot. You know, maybe if he was younger, he could have recovered from that. And I don't know. I just think Rehanan's got to give him a hard time, man. And it just takes like one punch, man. Dennis Goldoff, man, couldn't handle that.
Heavyweights, yeah.
Yeah, heavyweights is like that. It takes one. And I think Renan is athletic enough where he's strong, he's fast. I think the only thing that you could do with him from his fights is the grappling department sometimes gets a little iffy for him.
Yeah.
But ATT now, he's been a lot better. It's kind of like you got to go just beat the guy.
But you still got to get close to him, right? Like Beto is a great wrestler.
Yeah.
He couldn't even get close to him.
Couldn't get
20
close.
seconds he got clipped.
Yeah, and I'm really good friends with Bader because
Yeah.
from Arizona.
He's a good dude too. We worked with him in February.
And when I saw
Great
I
team.
saw him fight, man, when I saw he had that fight with Hina, I was like, man, this is gonna. It's a double-edged sword because I like Bader. He's my friend. But when I saw that, I was like, Jesus, no more. You know what I mean? And that was probably the worst punch. The very first punch.
Mm-hmm.
The first punch is like nervous, strong. Get the fuck back. You know, you get hit with one of those, get the fuck back punches. It's a night, man. You know.
But that is another tough thing you have to see in MMA, that you're friends with Beto, you work with Henan, but you hate to see Beto go out like that, right?
For sure.
Legend of the sport as well.
I hate to see him go out like that, but I've seen him build his career from the UFC, and I've seen his family.
Yeah.
He's doing great things. The guy's stress free. He has like a farm. He has his own chickens. He's living his life,
Nice.
man. Yeah. He was one of a huge influence when I was in Arizona. As like I want what he has. I want the direction he's going in.
And he did it the right way and everything.
Dude, they're
right?
super right way. He left the UFC, which is scary to do,
Yeah.
to go do better things, right? So good for him, man. Shout out to Darth Vader.
Yes.
Nickname Darth Vader.
Have you ever been hit by Henan during sparring or anything?
I've never been hit by Hina. I've grappled with Hina.
Okay.
I've never been hit by Hina. He's played around, like we've played and stuff like that.
So the coach's son stays away.
Sometimes I help, but nah, he's just too big. Like,
Yeah.
when is he ever gonna deal with a guy like my size?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've grappled with him, man, and athletic, moves well. You know, I'm like grabbing his leg. I'm hugging a tree.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but he's great, man. I've seen some good sparring between him.
Yeah?
Him and some other guys.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I don't think I could talk about it
Nope,
though. But
you don't
the
share.
sparring has been amazing. I'm talking about him with some UFC caliber guys.
And he holds his own?
Oh yeah. All the heavyweights in our gym hold our own. They all hold our own. It's kind of funny, man. There's like 6 or 7 of them consistently, you know, and it's every day somebody has to get sacrificed. Who's having the bat? Oh yeah, today's not your day, you know. So he's had some hard days in there, but I've seen him break people too. Yeah, he's doing great, man.
We'll move on to the other title fight. Johnny Eblen, your boy, you're training with him every night this week, and I'm sure for the past few months.
Yes.
Helping him prep. Rematch against Fabian Edwards.
Yeah,
What do we
man.
think?
So when I was getting ready for IMPA, my semifinals fight, Johnny was helping me because I'm a southpaw, and so it just worked out. Johnny has great volume, great work ethic, great partner. So I asked him to help me, and then when I said after my fight, I'll help you.
And in February, he was in the cage with Impa for the
IMPA as well,
185
as
super
IMPA as
fight
well.
belt. Yeah.
And that was a very close fight.
Yeah.
Very close fight. That fight, I was happy Johnny won, but at the same time, it made me feel a sense of relief, like Impa's real deal too, because
Yeah.
Johnny's tough.
He's
Johnny's
one of the
tough.
best middleweights.
But I think he
regardless.
just had an off night. Out of all the nights he's had, that was his off night. Nobody's seen him that vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think this Friday he's gonna crush Fabian.
Okay.
I think he's gonna crush Fabian. I think he has one of the best lessons. Right, you almost lose, but you're not happy with yourself, but you are disappointed enough where you're gonna get better. But you didn't lose. That was the Impa fight.
Right.
He didn't lose, but it's just like, let me get back to the drawing board and get better, which is the best thing to happen, right?
The mentality is there.
Yeah, like it felt like you lost, but you didn't
Still
really
gotta work on
lose.
it.
It sucks when you lose and you're like, okay, I gotta work on this. But
Yeah.
he passed by it, split decisions. Like, hey, wake up call, So I think he's gonna. You'll see, man. Friday, he's just gonna bring it to him, man. He's a machine. Feels
Pressure.
good. Pressure, Johnny Pressure.
Yep.
Johnny Pressure, Human Cheat Code. I think he has like 4 different nicknames. But
OnlyFans stud.
OnlyFans stud, yeah. But yeah, I think you're gonna see. I think the pressure's on Fabian, really, man. Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna same thing that happened to me. You're gonna lose to the same guy twice, or what are you gonna do about it? So I think Fabian's gonna be the guy to. What are you gonna do? And for me, it was like a tournament style. This is like open season kind of Bellator, right?
Yes.
Like if Fabian loses to Johnny, who really can? He's just gonna be the contender guy now. You know what I mean? So the pressure's really on Fabian, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a tough fight to deal with. Johnny's one of those guys that's just overall great everywhere.
Yeah. Seems like it, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you brought up the season format compared to the ranking system. What do
Yeah.
you make of that? So I'll just explain what the PFL season is to those who are watching.
Yeah.
You get 2 fights in the regular season. Then you make it at the playoffs according to how many points you get. You get 3 points for a win, 4 points for a third round finish, 5 points for a second round finish, 6 points for a first round finish. You get to accumulate points in your division, make it to the playoffs. If you win your playoff fight, you make it to the finals, championship, $1 million championship belt. What do you
Yes.
think of that?
I think it's interesting, and I think at first it would, for the MMA community, it was maybe frowned upon. Like, oh, what is this? Because the UFC has like this blueprint of what to do, right?
Yeah.
But I think anything that's different is gonna feel weird at first. It feels good, man. There's been exciting fights that the format, like for me, I lost to Wilkinson, but the way the format would happen, I still got to go to the semis.
Yep.
Made it exciting. You know what I mean? Going back to that same format, there was 5 guys who scored 6 points. 5 guys who scored 6 points.
Yeah.
So it was one of those like you win here. It's good for people to get involved with, right? Now the non-stop rankings, that's always nice too, but that's more of like you don't have to fight in 8 weeks. If you don't want to fight now, you can fight in 3 months. You can fight in 4 months. If you're hurt, whatever. PFL's like, you ready? You ready?
And if you're not, we got someone else.
You're not, and there's benefits of that, but you can do elbows.
Yeah.
Getting cut is not good. You have to depend a lot on alternates.
Right.
So it's kind of all over the place, but it's found its ways every year.
Yeah.
It's found a way to be successful.
Do you like fighting 3-4 times a year, or you prefer like 1
Oh,
or 2?
I love it.
You like it?
I love it because I know I'm gonna get paid. I get sad when fighters are like, yeah, I haven't fought in 2 years. I'm like, oh, it's shit.
Yeah.
That sucks, And then maybe they're doing some construction job on the side, or where for me it's like, okay, this year I know I have 2 fights for sure, and then boom, 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 points. Oh, I got a 3rd fight.
Yep.
Here we go. Now we're cooking. Now I feel comfortable to finish off this year with a good mindset versus like, I didn't get a fight this year, I gotta wait till next year, or whatever the case is. I like the PFL format in the case of fighting. In the MMA, like in the MMA world, guys love that. Activity.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Dustin Poirier or something where you fight once, but you're making
Yeah.
a couple million, then that's freaking great activity. That's a great activity.
And he has another business, the hot sauce and everything.
Hot sauce,
Yeah.
good stuff, man.
How is his hot sauce?
It's good. I like the original one because the extra hot one is really extra hot. But you guys might like that.
I'm no good with spice.
You're not good with spicy?
Spend too much time in America.
Bro, Indian people love that stuff.
They do.
Sometimes I begin some Indian cuisine that they're like levels 1 to 4, and I'm like, let me do like a 2.5, and that shit comes back. I'm like, what the fuck is a 4 then?
They hide one from you guys.
They-
1 to 4, and then the 5th level is Desi.
Yeah.
They only offer that Desi level to like brown people.
To people that they're not gonna call the 911.
Yes.
These people are fucking poisoning me. I'm having a heart attack. My life is flashing between my eyes. I'm taking off my clothes because it's too hot. That type of shit. That type of hotness. Yeah, man. Sometimes some of the spices that you guys have are crazy, and it'll take you on a roller coaster. It'll be like hot mint.
Yeah.
Like, where am I going?
That's the best part.
Where am I going? You know.
On
what I
the
mean?
night of dinner, it's good, and then the morning of, not so good.
Not so good.
Yeah, not good for the tummy.
No good for the tummy. You're banging in the bathroom. Hurry up! Get out of there.
Not coming to the gym today. Sorry. Mako
Yeah.
Monday, I'm skipping.
Mako Monday, yeah.
Indian dinner on Sunday.
You don't want to do Indian dinner on a Sunday on a Mako Monday. But, well, yeah, man. I got Hina.
Yep.
Even if you want to add the chicks there, I got Larissa too.
Okay.
I just feel like for the last two, for Cyborg and Ngannou, man, it's just age.
Yeah.
Larissa's kind of proven her point. She hits like a brick house
Yeah.
too. You know, the last time Cyborg dealt with a girl like that was Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
And Cyborg doesn't do well with like adversity sometimes. It's like these girls try to fight her back, and then she kind of giggles, and she's just like, but like Amanda kind of like, she hit Amanda hit her back, and then she hit, and then Amanda hit her back, and then she's just like, boom, and then she got hit with a hard one.
Crazy first round fight.
Crazy first round. Amanda flung her arms.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying Larissa's gonna do the same thing, but Larissa's vicious.
She's good, man.
I got to know her too. She's the sweetest thing.
She's awesome.
She's
Two
the
division champion, PFL.
She's
First
the
ever.
sweetest. I was like, there's no way this girl is this nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she's so nice. She's always respectful. And that's why when I see her killing these girls, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with her?
And she got over the hump in 2023.
With Kayla.
With Kayla, yeah. She had 2 losses in the recent past. That was both to Kayla Harrison.
She was not going to lose the third time.
Yeah, man. And Kayla's fucking so good.
Kayla's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Now that she's dropped to 135, Kayla looks like she's like a freaking bodybuilder.
She's going to get that belt, we think.
Know? She's
135 UFC.
Who's there?
Juliana Pena.
Sorry. It's not going to cut it. That won't cut it. That's why Juliana wants Amanda to come back. She's like, they ask her about Kayla. She's like, Amanda, get your ass back in here.
Yeah.
Better. I think if Amanda comes back, still Amanda could do work.
Yeah.
I think Kayla is just avoid her.
Yeah.
She's a woman on a mission. You know how they say man on a mission?
Yes.
That's a woman on a mission. Woman on a mission, man. For real. She's impressive.
Shout out Man on a Mission Lab, our friends.
Oh, your friend on Man on a Mission Lab, yeah.
But yeah, Kayla's look great. 2 fights in the UFC. Finished Holly Holm. Pretty straightforward win in her last fight. 2 pay-per-views as
The
well.
last fight was interesting. I think that
so
was her
happy,
first big
yeah.
cut. She got a cut in her eye or
Yes.
something. So that was interesting. That's always good to happen. A lot of people are like, oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
And then the next day we like look in the mirror, we're like, yeah, I like that shit. I like that shit. That looks good.
You're covering everything with that.
Yeah. Right now, mashallah. Mashallah.
All right, man. I think we got to wrap it up.
Yeah, man. Let's wrap
Thank
it up.
you
My
so
girlfriend's
much.
looking at me like, what the fuck, man? No.
Honestly, thank you so much for doing this.
Yes, sir.
Much respect and love for your whole team.
Yes,
you,
sir,
your
man.
dad.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
It's great. It was a great thing. Oh, what's up, my peeps? Is that?
Yeah, what's up, my peeps? We got a shirt for you
I
as
got
well.
a shirt for me. Nice, for sure.
Right here.
There we go.
What's up, my peeps?
Let's
Casuals.
go. What's up, my peeps? That's what's up. I appreciate it. It was a great time. Good talk.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes I forgot that we were even on the filming.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, why am I holding this shit, man? But yeah, whenever we see each other again, man.
Yeah, it's been 2 years now, and then
2 years.
I seen your
yeah.
dad in February.
Well, you'll be
and
again back here in November.
I'll be here in November.
Oh, maybe we'll do a recap here.
Yep.
Yeah, this time I'll be a little bit more in serious mode because
Cutting weight,
maybe
yeah.
I'm cutting weight. Maybe I'm an alternate. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe I haven't said anything.
Neither have I.
Ed, I haven't said anything.
Neither. I haven't said anything either, but I'll say something soon.
All right, man. Thank you so
All right,
much. For that.
thank you guys. See you guys. Peace.